What's up guys, this is Gadget Zone, and today we'll be reviewing the tablet and smartphone stylus pen by AWAVO. This stylus pen is currently the best seller on Amazon with over 1,000 reviews at a price of £17. So this will be a go-to purchase for a lot of people who do not want to spend a large amount of money on an Apple Pencil. So let's have a look at it and see if it's worth the money. It arrives in a nice compact package with a list of its features on the back. Opening it up, a tray slides out with the stylus and a foam holder, and then the charger cable and a leather holder in the box. Taking a look at the aesthetics of the pen, I really like its modern design. It's the shape of a regular circle and so fits comfortably in your hand regardless of the orientation. This pen weighs 16 grams, which isn't too heavy at all. The standard pen weighs about 8 grams, but comparing the feeling of both of them, I actually prefer the slightly heavier pen, as it feels much sturdier. The material is a hard glossy plastic which feels smooth against the skin but allows for enough grip on the stylus. The stylus has a 1.5mm plastic nib, which I'm not the biggest fan of to be honest, but I will get into that in a bit. The benefit of this plastic nib is that it connects to the screen without Bluetooth using an electric current, so it works on all Apple and Android devices regardless of the version. I, for example, have an iPad Air 2, which is not compatible with either of the Apple Pencils, so I have to look for alternatives like this one. Before reviewing how the stylus pen actually writes, it does have some handy software features. The method of charging is very convenient, with a magnetic charging port that very satisfyingly guides the cable to the pen for charging and holds it securely attached. It takes approximately 1.5 hours to fully charge, and once done so, can be continuously used for 15 hours on the one charge, and it also has a 30-day standby time. The feature I love about this stylus is its ability to automatically power off after 5 minutes of not being used. This could save you a lot of battery life if you put it down forgetting to turn it off, for example. Finally, the stylus has an LED that lights up blue when it is powered on, red for when it needs charging, and green for when it's fully charged, so you can always tell the status of your stylus pen. Moving on to its performance then, I've found it works great for standard tasks like scrolling through a web page or clicking specific points, i.e. any tasks that don't involve writing or any fine detail. However, I do think it falls short a little when it comes to the actual writing. The reason I bought this stylus, and I imagine many other people will have, is for making notes with. My handwriting is pretty neat when writing on paper, however it is awful using this pen, as you can see now. And I think this is because of a couple of reasons. The main reason being the lack of grip between the hard plastic nib and the screen. When writing on paper, there is a lot more friction between the pen and the paper, preventing it from slipping on the paper. With this stylus, there was no such resistance, and so I had to really focus on holding it in place, and as a result of this, my writing was quite spidery. Even with a matte screen protector, I didn't notice too much of a difference. Secondly, although the nib is called a fine 1.5mm tip, it didn't feel very precise. Rather than coming to a point like the more expensive styluses, the end is a flat circle, where the edge of the circle is making contact with the screen. I found with and without a screen protector on my iPad, even with the sensitivity at the highest, the iPad still didn't pick up on some of the movement, and so occasionally it jumped, causing it to be very messy. Finally, an explanation could be due to the lack of practice. Whilst this is a worthy suggestion, and I'm sure with more practice my handwriting would improve with this pen, looking at my handwriting using a Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 and an S Pen, you can see that my handwriting is just fine on tablets, indicating it is more a problem with the stylus and the lack of software than my lack of practice. So in conclusion then, I think if you want a stylus pen just for fun and to have a play around with writing and drawing, this is a good, cheap option. However, if you're really serious about it for making notes or very detailed drawings, I highly recommend just spending a bit more initially for the real thing, rather than wasting smaller amounts here and there trying to get a cheap alternative to work. If you have enjoyed this video or found it useful, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support us. And as always, thank you for watching.